So ready and go. So what is the sum to infinity of this series then? Well, quite often the way you do those is either by grouping them in pairs or otherwise to see if that forms some simpler pattern, or by altering the series and adding or subtracting it to itself to see if that will knock out some of the terms. Well, the first thing I'll do is I'll give it a name. Let S stand for this sum, and then start looking for patterns. Well, the two things you notice straight away are the denominators are powers of 2, so doubling the denominators can turn 1 into the next one, and the top numbers come from the Fibonacci sequence, so that adding them gives the next one, or subtracting it away gives the previous one. So one way to simplify this might be if you could take that term, if I took the 2 away from that, it should give me the previous one, the 3 away from that, give me the previous one again. And the way I can do that is by doubling the denominators. So if you double the denominators and form a new series, you'd have this, half of that then. There. Then, subtracting that from this should still give me the same top numbers again, the same Fibonacci. So I'll do that. I'll write it down this way though. I know it comes to half S. S minus a half S would be, well, there's nothing to subtract from that. I'm going to subtract the pairs this way, of course. So I'll still have the half plus that away from that disappears. This away from that gives me 1/8. This away from that gives me 1/16. This away from that gives me 2 upon 32. This away from that gives me the 3. I'm still going to have my Fibonacci. Gives me 3 upon 64. This away from that gives me the 5 upon 120. I think that's fair enough. You get the idea. So now this new part should be similar to the original one, because that's the whole idea. And then I can replace the original one just by S. Except it's not the same as the original one, but it is an alteration of it, with one extra part, this half. So that half is an extra, and it's this part here that I can adapt into this, and that would be a quarter of this. Multiplying each of them by 4 gives you this new part. So plus a quarter of the original. And there, that's a simpler one. S minus a half S equals a half plus a quarter of S. Take the S's over to this side. So you've got S minus a half S minus another quarter S, means it's minus 3/4, so a quarter of the sum comes to a half. So the sum must be a half times 4, which is 2. So there's the answer, B.